Hey guys, okay, we're back. Ooh, okay. We're back and we're back and this is another podcast of the Unfast series. Wow, that was a terrible intro. Let me try that again. Hello folks, we're back for the fourth edition of the Unfast Podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in to youtube.com/wpmedia.com. That was already said. That's not the URL. Okay, I don't know. Anyway, welcome back to the podcast, and this one's gonna be a quick one today because I don't have a lot of time before I gotta go. But yeah, let's talk about some stuff. Okay, so how's everybody doing? Hope everyone's doing good. I know I certainly am having the time of my life over here. I'm gonna move this camera so you can hear me better. Okay, 1 second. Just to fill some time here, the day as I'm moving this. Today is the 2nd of July or something like that. Thursday. So, in case you wanted to know, and in case I say something completely insensitive that might happen, that I say before something happens, and then I upload this, and it just happens to be that whatever insensitive thing I said was happened right on the day that this comes out, even though, yeah, you know how time works. Okay, so what do we talk about today? Well, let me just quickly go over to the list of things I was going to talk about on my computer over here. And let's casually slide into something that I had written here. Okay. So, I had a pretty good question that I was asking myself because I don't have anybody to talk to about this. About which car company makes the best cars, like in general. Is it well, I guess not nationality wise, but just like which country, or no, did I say country? Sorry, excuse me, I just burped there. I meant which brand makes the best cars as a whole. I guess a better question would be if you could only buy cars from one company for the rest of your life, who would you buy them from? And that's obviously going to be different between everybody, depending on your preferences and whatever, blah blah blah. So for me, I had to think about that for a while, and I couldn't really come up with an answer. But let's just explore that thought for a second. So, shall we go down the list? Let's see. Yeah, I have a thing pulled up here. Okay. Yeah. Let's go through the lists. Acura, no. Audi, maybe. BMW, no. They don't have any V10s. Buick, no. Cadillac, no. Chevy, no. Chrysler, no. Dodge, no. Ferrari, I don't know. I don't think they have anything that can clear like a really slanted driveway. They have nose lifting features, but still, you need something that you don't have to worry about that much. So every Ferrari ever made is going to be either expensive or non-desirable. So probably not Ferrari, as much as I love them. Ford, maybe, kinda. It's up there. They just have such a wide variety of cars that I would have so many options. GMC, no. Honda, no. I'm gonna have to pass on that. Hyundai, no. Infiniti, no. Jag, interesting, but I'm gonna have to pass on that. Jeep, no. Kia, no. Lamborghini, no. For the same reason as Ferrari. Although they do have a Urus, and they have a truck. They have the LM002. So that could potentially get me out of some sticky situations. Water. Land Rover, no, because they only have SUVs. Right? Yeah, they only have SUVs, so yeah, and I really don't have any interest in SUVs, so pass. Lexus, maybe. Lincoln, no. Maserati, no. Mazda, no. Mercedes AMG, I don't think so, because all the cars that they make that I would want pretty much share the exact same engine, so I'm gonna have to say no on that. Who wants to drive around in their car and while they're driving? And who wants to drive different cars that they? My goodness, this is a terrible setup. Who wants to have an entire garage of cars that sound exactly the same, especially if they're all for fun, right? Or if they're all, or at least most of them are for fun, right? I mean, the 4-liter twin turbo V8 is a great engine and blah blah blah, but you only want that in one of your cars. I mean, if you have an AMG, let's just go down the list. If you have an AMG GTR and let's say the GT63 4-door, you have the like GLC, or is it the GLC or GL63 SUV for carrying people around, or if you have the for me, I would obviously have to have the E63S wagon. They all have the same engine. They have the 4-liter twin-turbo V8. So if you close your eyes and stand a few feet behind it and have a buddy rev it, you couldn't even identify which one was which one. So, yeah, no thanks. Mercedes-Benz, no, for the same reason. I guess they're two different brands. Whatever. Anyway, not Mercedes-Benz, not Mini, not Mitsubishi, obviously, not Nissan. Not Nissan, not... maybe Porsche. I don't know. They got a V10. At least once in their life they did. They got quite a variety of cars, but at least now they do. Before they didn't, but now they do. So, yeah, maybe, I don't know. Ram, no. Subaru, no. Tesla, no. Definitely not. Toyota, no. And this is just strictly brands. So you can't do like Nissan Infiniti or Audi, Volkswagen, that kind of thing. It has to be just from the same brand. So, see, Subaru no, Tesla no, Toyota no, Volkswagen. I'm gonna have to pass on that. Yeah, I'm gonna have to pass on Volkswagen. Volvo no. So for me, it comes down to Audi, Ford on a lesser extent, and Lexus, to be honest. My brain keeps saying Lexus because that's what I think, so that's probably the answer. However, let's just break this down for a second. Audi, they have, let's see, if I could have 4 of their cars, I guess in this hypothetical situation, you could switch out any car you want from that company at any time. Ooh, actually, that makes a difference. Hold on. So you could drive the Audi Quattro, the Audi R8, obviously, of any generation, Audi RS3s, RS5s, RS6s, RS7s. I almost said RX7, but it's not. That's not an Audi. RSQ8, the A8, their e-tron cars. If you feel like being friendly to the environment that day, particularly. They got a lot of good options there, so maybe that wouldn't be so bad. Okay, what about Ford? They got Mustangs, pretty much every generation of Mustang. They have the Ford Raptors, which are both very cool in my eyes, and I would like to have a Ford Raptor. What else do they got? Mustang. Oh, Ford GT, obviously. All 3 versions, I guess. The early, or the 60s era Ford GTs, the Ford GT, the like 2005 Ford GT that a lot of famous car people have had. When I say a lot, I mean 2. If you're thinking of the same person, that's we're on a good wavelength, you and I. We can probably be friends. What else do they have? The Ford GT, the Ford Mustang, the Ford Raptor, the Ford Focus RS. Yeah, that's a good one. The Sierras and the old Ford Cosworths back in the day. Crown Vic, even though a lot of people might not find that exciting, but it would be kind of fun to have a Crown Vic, right? Thrash that thing in a back road or in a dirt track somewhere. Switch out. Yeah, you could have whatever Ford you want at whatever point you want. So, yeah, I'd do that, sure. They got a lot of The F-650 if you're Shaq, if you're a taller guy, if you're a bigger guy. Ford Excursion if you're if you're stereotypically from the hood or something. What else? What else? The Ford. I mean, that's a lot of examples right there. Okay, let's just go on to the next one. Lexus. Okay, obviously the LFA. What else? GSF. ISF. Ooh, LC500. I have to throw that in. The LS500. The LS400 from back in the day. The IS300 with the 2J that you could monster out. Is that even a term? I don't know. I don't think that's a term. Let's make that a term. Monster out. Hey, did you see Jimmy's new Civic over there that he bought? Yeah, he swapped out the engine and it's got twin turbo setup and now it's monstered out. I think that could pass. Monstered out. You know what? The only reason why... no, that's not true. Ooh, if I had to choose from one company only... Oh, guys, that's a hard one. I honestly don't think it would be Lexus as much as I want it to be for a specific reason. I don't think it would be that company. Let's see. Would it be Audi or Ford? And yes, I know that's a weird comparison to make, but you got to think about that for a second. Ford has a car for literally every situation. Audi has a car for every situation that someone who hasn't been outside of a city that lives in a why do I have to make sentences so complicated? I'm too stupid to even process these myself. So basically what I'm saying is Ford can give you a car for literally any situation almost in the world. Audi can give you a car for any situation within an urban setting, basically. Because who's gonna take like an Audi, I don't know, Q5 and go off-roading? Come on. Don't ever tell me that someone with an Audi Q5 has ever looked at a mud puddle and gone, hey, it'd be fun is if all 4 of my tires were about 3 inches deep in that thing. And I was having trouble getting out. My buddies with the same Audi Q5 but slightly differently modified would pull me out. I don't think any Audi driver has ever said that. Anyway, man, am I really going to pick Ford? Okay, wow. Let me examine this for a second. Do I care about going off-road that much? Because that's really the only difference, right? I mean, in most places where you take any car, I don't care how capable it is. It could be the craziest of lifted, monstered out Jeeps. Yeah, see, I'm making it a thing. There's only a certain level of terrain that you'll willingly bring your car or take your car to and around, whatever. So, is it that important? But at some point in my life, I'm going to want to get off of pavement, right? And go yeah. Oh, and that's another thing. If you weren't allowed to modify, that's important. Maybe stuff like, you could modify it, but not to the point where it changes the car's purpose, basically. So, you can make the R8 faster, you can make your, S3 faster, you can make your Mustang a twin-turbo drag car, whatever you want, but it wouldn't change the purpose of them. If you don't know what I mean by that, basically, I mean, you wouldn't take, an Audi, I don't know, RS7, lift it, put nubby tires on it, put a little bull bar on it with the fog lights and go off-roading with your boys, drinking cold ones all day. Drinking cold ones all day, listening to Johnny Cash on the AM radio. So I think I'm gonna have to go with I really want to say Audi, but I think I'd go with Ford. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, guys. I think I'd have to go with Ford. See, here's the thing. If I could only drive one company's cars for the rest of my life, I would probably... Here's the thing. I would want to have a car that has a V10. Because V10s give me joy. They give me an extra reason to live. It relieves weeks, months, or years of pent-up stress once you hear it. And they're just great, you know? I don't know. V10s are awesome. So... I guess the Dodge has V10s, but I mean, just for the Viper, I mean, I can't do that. Or could I? Or could I? Wow. Okay, this just throws a whole wrench in the thing. I mean, I probably wouldn't, but let's just argue the point. Let's just argue Dodge's point. Dodge has the Viper, which has a V10, which I just said that I want in my life, which I do. They got the Challenger Hellcat or Demon if I just want to go fast in a straight line and smoke everybody. The Trackhawk for doing anything that's not, or doing anything that requires more than two people. And they got the Wrangler for going off-road, or the Gladiator, which actually I would take the Gladiator, to be honest, because I just think Gladiators are cool, you know? The Gladiator's a pretty interesting, unique, cool truck, Jeep truck thing. So, oh, wow, that's weird. Or no, what am I saying? That's Jeep. Yeah, never mind. It's off the table. Scratch that. Dodge is gone. Sorry. Okay, so yeah, I guess it would have to be... anyway, back to the thing I was saying earlier, the V10 thing. Audi's got the R8 V10. Lexus had the LFA V10, which is, in my opinion, the best sounding engine in the world ever. Yes, including race car engines. Ford doesn't really have V10s. They have a diesel V10, but I mean, you know, it's a diesel. I don't know. That's literally the only thing that's holding me back from choosing Ford, but every other logical reason would have me choose Ford. I'm gonna have to go with Ford. Yeah, screw it. I'll say Ford. I'm just gonna have to ride with my buddies in their V10s and vicariously enjoy that while I... Oh gosh, no. Wait, now that I gotta think about it. Oh, this is so hard. Why is this question so hard for me? Why can't I just... Oh. You know what I mean? Oh, there's just some things in life that you just cannot... You have dreams, right? Okay. You're a child, right? You're okay, let me take it all the way back to the beginning. You're born as a youngin'. You're brought into this world by your parents. And you're a blank slate. Anything could happen to you. You could become a murderer. you could become a millionaire. You could become a corporate slave. You could become a government agent. You could become a hippie. You could become an astronaut. You could become the world's youngest martial artist. I don't know. You're a blank slate. Anything could happen to you. You could be the first to grow... no, that's a little dark. I'm not going to go there. And when you start that young, you have dreams, okay? When you're a child, as soon as you can start thinking, as soon as you become sentient as a human, you start thinking of things that you want. You obviously want food and water and blah, 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 because that's your basic human needs. But then you start thinking of the stuff you want. And unless it's stuff like world domination, being a dictator of a country, committing genocide, harming other people in general, that's probably not a dream that I condone. So, yeah, I'm going to cut it off there. But if you have a dream that's just nice and pure and wholesome of, I don't know, maybe you want to travel to Spain. Maybe you want to live in a different country. Maybe you want to learn a different country. Maybe you want to become an NBA all-star. Or what am I saying? You want to become an NBA player in general. Maybe you want to, I don't know, maybe you want to learn how to fly a plane. Maybe you want your own plane of some sort, aircraft of some sort. And for guys like me, maybe you want a V10. And that's the kind of dream that I just can't give up. So you know what? I'm going to screw everything I just said, and we're going into the Lexus brand. That's it. I'm sorry. I can't give up anything else for that V10. At least car-wise, I should say. Yeah. I was trying to logic. Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you here. When I asked this question, I immediately knew I was gonna go with Lexus because every time I have a car, because every time I see myself in the future with a car that I like, it's always a Lexus, okay? Whether it be the LS400, the LFA, the LC500, the LS500, whatever, okay? That's just how it is. Or the IS300 wagon, which is, by the way, they have a wagon. That's pretty cool. So, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to have to go with that. I was going to try and logic my way out of this and argue other sides of the point to make it seem somewhat fair. But I don't know. It doesn't happen. It's like, oh man, what do I compare it to? I don't think I need to compare it to anything, but for entertainment purposes, we're going to compare it to something. What would I compare it to? Oh, jeez. Well, I already said the whole dream thing, but it's like, oh gosh, how do I compare it to anything? I don't know. I'm drawing a blank here. Sorry, I just hit something on my desk here. It's just, you just can't, sometimes, in life, most times in life, you got to compromise. Other times in life, you can't compromise. Sometimes in life, it might be better to compromise, or it might be logical to compromise, or it might benefit a few other people, not yourself, if to compromise. But sometimes you just gotta, have people that disapprove of you. I mean, every step of your life, you're gonna have people that disapprove of you. Let's be honest. So you might as well just, as long as you're not really damaging anyone's life or your own life, physically or mentally or emotionally, then yeah, go with Lexus. Oh, jeez. Now, okay, so that was one of the questions that I was going to answer, which I just did. So, haha, there you go. What else can we talk about here? Yeah, I don't know. Let's talk about something. I don't know. Is there some kind of car news that we can talk about? Let me check Instagram real quick. Let's see. I'm gonna go on my Explore page. Let's just talk about. Let's just talk about some stuff I find on the Explore page. Oh boy! Oh boy! Oh boy! Oh boy! All right, I found something that we can talk about here. Because I completely forgot, but today's a day before practice starts in Austria for Formula One. Oh, was that a voice crack? Let me try that again. For Formula One. How's that for a voice crack? Yeah, tomorrow's the start of the season, boys. The delayed and shortened season. So I'm into it, man. I gotta get my head back in the game, dude. We haven't had a real new race since last year in December or something. So yeah, it's been a while, and the race weekends are about to start up back again. We're gonna have back-to-back races. That's fun, right? Yeah. We're also gonna have some changes in livery. Apparently, the Mercedes team changed their car to black for the Black Lives Matter, right? That's a pretty slick move there, Mercedes. I'm looking at a picture of them now with their new racing coveralls, looking sleek and black, looking nice. Yeah, that's awesome. Let's see what. Oh, and the other team that switched their livery was Williams. They are no longer. They're no longer the Colgate of race cars, and they are now the Sensodyne of race cars. Wow, how flat was that delivery for a meme line or whatever? What else is new? Yeah, we're gonna have back-to-back races in place. I think in the UK they're gonna have back-to-back in Silverstone. I don't know how people say it. I'm gonna say Silverstone because that's what the word looks like. and I'm simple and I just see the way things look like. Yeah, I don't know what the season's gonna bring because um, let's see. Well, who's Mercedes is probably gonna be on top like they always are. Until at least the new regulations, which I believe are coming in 2022, are going to come into play. So let's see. Oh, yes, there's a few teams that are changing their driver lineups. So we got McLaren is changing, Renault's changing, Ferrari is changing. And is there any other team? I don't think so. Not that I know of, anyway. But yeah, there's going to be a whole bunch of switch ups there. So yeah, that's going to be weird when that happens. Daniel's going to McLaren. Daniel Ricciardo is going to McLaren with Mr. Lando Norris, the meme lord of Formula One. Carlos Sainz signs with Ferrari. That's an old dead joke. To drive alongside young rookie Charles Leclerc, my favorite F1 driver, in case you didn't know. So yeah, that's going to be an interesting pair up. I don't know what kind of dynamic they're going to have. I assume it won't be that different. I mean, I don't think they hate each other, so that's a good start. Unlike Ferrari teammates of the past. What other things are there? I already mentioned Ricardo moving to... Oh, yes. So who's going to fill the spot at Renault? Did they announce that already? They may have done that. Or, hold on. Yeah, I don't know who's driving for Renault the year after, but I'm sure they're going to fill that spot somehow. Or they already have and I just forgot about it. Who do I think is going to win this season this year, I guess? I think it's going to be... Oh, jeez. I think it's going to be one of the Mercedes, to be honest with you. I want to be brave and have an interesting point of view and say, maybe Max from Red Bull will win it, or maybe Ferrari has a chance, but I'm not going to say that because they don't yet. I don't. Oh, sorry, that was a weird burp yawn thing. Because I don't think they have a chance yet. I should say they have a chance, but they just don't have... They don't have what Mercedes has, which is with a great strategy, the top driver, and at least statistic-wise, and just I don't know what it is about their team, but they just seem so well put together, and then you see Ferrari with their stupid strategies and their driver issues and whatever. I mean, thankfully, Valtteri has, for the most part, been a very clear number 2 man for Mercedes. So, I don't know. I kind of feel bad for him that he doesn't. I mean, he's definitely had his times to shine. Don't get me wrong, and he has the skill. But it just feels like he's been held back, and he's been holding himself back, if that makes sense. I kind of wish he would... I don't know, maybe he is fighting against the whole, wingman persona stereotype, whatever, but it just doesn't seem to be coming through. And yeah, I mean, I would hope... I mean, they've been in positions where they give each other... the advantage for whatever reason. But it just obviously, with Lewis as your as a driver on your team, and with his kind of history, which is great, by the way, his career has been absolutely phenomenal. Like, nobody can doubt that, even if you're a hater. His career has been absolutely phenomenal. So obviously you're going to want to back him as much as you can, and he shows a lot of loyalty towards your team. So... Yeah, what's not to like about him, right? I mean, he complains a little about his tires, sure. A lot about his tires. He seems to have the same 4 lines. Whatever, that's fine. That's not going to affect your driving performance, right? So, yeah, I mean, I can see why that's the situation here, but I don't know. I just kind of wish I could see Valtteri, going back and forth with Lewis. I mean, we've seen it a couple times. Don't get me wrong. And I'm not saying that, he should start being unfair or aggressive or what am I trying to say? Excessively aggressive there. That's what I'm trying to say. But I just wish that he would be given, or not given, but I wish that he would, I don't know, I guess step up. I'm not gonna try and discredit the guy. I mean, he's doing crazy things out there, but yeah, I just wish he would kind of get in the fight more, I guess, you know. And that goes with any leading car. It's not fun when someone leads the whole race and blah blah blah. Even if it's your guy, you want to see him get through a battle of some sort, right? To earn his win. Not saying that you don't earn your win if you land pole position the day before and you can drive your car perfectly to the point that you lead every lap of the race and you win. But it's just less interesting that way, right? I mean, come on, everyone knows that, which is part of the reason why they're even introducing a new regulation change in the years to come. So, yeah, I just wish the competition would close up more and we'd have more variable races. I mean, logistically, it's not possible at all, really, unless you have years and years and years of implementation. But if you could somehow get all the drivers into the same car, which is an argument that we can have all day, but if you could, hypothetically, let's just say, for the sake of the argument, if you could do that, get them all in the exact same car, you know, it just automatically, that just makes it more interesting, right? Theoretically, because everyone's equipment has the same type of capability, has the same type of limits, has the same advantages and disadvantages. So it just purely comes to driver skill, driver instinct, strategy, other racing tactics, morale, whatever. It comes down to all the interpersonal human stuff. So yeah, that would be pretty awesome to see. But I don't know, maybe there's a series for that somewhere. Is that NASCAR? They all take the same left turn. They all have the same car. I don't know. I don't know anything about NASCAR. Okay, don't at me. But yeah. Oh, and for Sebastian Vettel is he's retired. Sorry, I almost said retiring. He is out of Ferrari. And at this point, seems like he may or may not be retiring or moving to a different team. The chance, I don't know. Yeah, is he going to retire? Jeez, I don't know. Would he retire before? Would he retire before the Iceman, who I think has been in the most races out of the current grid? I don't know, but maybe he will. So that'll be kind of sad. I'm not gonna lie. He was my favorite driver for the years of 2017, I want to say, to 18. And then, yeah, Charles joined in 19, so he renewed my hope for Ferrari, so he became my favorite driver, at least on the grid. So, yeah, it'd be kind of sad to see him go. I mean, he's got character. I mean, a lot of people think, you know, he's German, so he doesn't have a personality, yeah. But he does. He has a fun personality. He's an honest guy. He's a pretty quiet kind of guy. You know, he doesn't live that diva pop star life that some others on the grid, I won't mention names, do. So yeah, and he's not you're a racing driver. Of course, you're gonna have a temper and an ego to varying degrees. But you know, he's not as flashy or whatever as some of the other drivers. So yeah, he's a likable kind of guy. So yeah, it'd be sad to see him go, but I mean, hey, if it's his choice, it's his choice. The question is, who's gonna I guess not fill his spot, but who's gonna become? I don't know. I mean, the big three on the grid right now is obviously Hamilton, Sebastian, and Kimi, because they've been in the game the longest out of the guys on the grid, I think. But for sure they're the most popular, and each of them have a championship, at least one. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. It'd be different without him for sure, but I mean, time's got to change, right? Time's got to change. With that cheesy line, I'm gonna get out of here. So thank you for listening to the fourth, I think, installment of the Unfast Podcast. And I will see you at another time. Stay frosty. I'll check in with you later. Use your blinker. Goodbye.